Good evening, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us for our Advanced Academics Digital Parent University. I am Alicia Davis, Director of Family and Community Engagement for Cedar Hill ISD. Again, we appreciate you for taking this evening to learn all about advanced academics. Now, we have some presenters and panelists here tonight. You're going to be seeing a lot of Dr. Jackson lately. We have her. She is our Executive Director of Counseling Services and CCMR for the district. We have Natalie Garrett. She is the Coordinator of Advanced Academics and Innovation. And we also have Dr. Trevina Nelson. She's the Associate Principal for the Early College Academy and Advanced Academics at Cedar Hill High School. We also are going to have some special guests. You can see them right now. You can see them right there on the screen without their camera showing right now. But we have a scholar from ECA at CHHS. We have Taryn Watson, and we also have her mother, Miss Dee Watson, and they are going to provide firsthand knowledge of the benefits of being a part of AP and advanced academics programs within the district. Okay, so I want to remind you of some upcoming events we have going on in Cedar Hill ISD on January the 27th, February 1st, and February 2nd. We have Texas Trust Credit Union, who they are going to be putting on some reality fairs for our seniors. This is in partnership with our Gear Up program, as well as Family and Community Engagement. They will be at Collegiate Academy and High School on this Friday, and February 1st and 2nd, they will be at Cedar Hill High School. So they're going to be going through a really awesome real world financial activity where scholars will have a job. They'll have to figure out how to balance their budget. So we'll be doing that. And then also on January the 31st, that is actually the deadline to apply to CHISD Choice Program. So the Choose Your Seat program, that is the deadline. So you got to make up your mind. Do you want to be in a choice program? If you do, that's the deadline. So make sure you are applying. Also on that date, we have a Digital Parent University about paper, which is the new tutoring 24-hour, 7-day-a-week tutoring service that we have for the district. We have lots and lots of parents and scholars already signed up. They are really saying some really great things about paper. So we will have them here, and they will be going over the tutoring advantages and benefits on that night. February 7th, we have another Digital Parent University. It's called Your Child, Social Media and Cell Phones, where we will give you tips on how to keep your kids safe in a social media environment. February 9th, we have our Longhorn Level Up Cedar Hill High School Digital Parent University. That is in preparation for our February 15th Longhorn Level Up 8th grade transition. So where 8th graders are going to be able to visit Cedar Hill High School and get a preview of the CTE, which is Career and Technical Education programs, all kinds of extracurricular activities. We have athletics, fine arts. You're going to get all of that information. It's going to be super fun. So those two events are joined. Also on February 16th, we will have Securing the Scholarship Digital Parent University in conjunction with Gear Up. This is going to be Scholarships 101. So if you want to know how to land a good scholarship, you need to tune in. All Digital Parent Universities premiere at 6:00 p.m. Okay, so I am going to pass it on over to Dr. Courtney Jackson, who's going to give us the purpose of this presentation tonight.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you all for joining us, and thank you, Miss Davis, for that introduction. We just want to give you an overview of your time you will spend with us tonight. The purpose of tonight's presentation is to first provide you an overview of the many secondary advanced academic opportunities we have available here in Cedar Hill ISD. So beginning as early as 5th grade through our high school students, we have honors, AP, and dual credit options for your scholars, which we will review tonight. We also want to share information that will help you initiate conversations with your scholar as we begin to select courses for next school year. And then the last thing we want to do is just to answer your questions and provide you support as you make decisions as to which advanced pathway is best suited for you and your scholar. So now I'll turn it over to Ms. Garrett to tell you more about our AP advanced program options and our honors options.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you for joining us tonight. And so what we're going to pursue in this presentation is basically options that we have for our advanced academic programs. We're going to highlight the honors program, the advanced placement program, and also our dual credit options as well. So the next slide we have is if you are a scholar or you have a scholar who's possibly interested in the advanced academics program in any of those courses that I just mentioned prior to, there's 4 questions that we would like for you to consider. Who are you doing this for? The second question, are you disciplined? The third question is, are you dedicated? And finally, do you have the time? With scholars, you guys have a plethora of various things that you can choose from in high school. And so all of those questions should be something you should consider before considering an advanced academics course. So the characteristics that we typically have for an advanced academic scholar are students who are willing to meet high expectations. They're hardworking, self-motivated, conscientious of various things around them and how to deal with those things. Organized, and they possess time management skills because you definitely will need it. And someone who does homework and also prepares ahead of time for class by studying notes or various things like that. And some of the benefits of an advanced academics program is that you are more likely to graduate from high school if you get into advanced academics courses. The reason being is because you're setting out to think ahead of high school, and so you're more likely to graduate from high school, more likely to transition into a 4-year college or university. You're less likely to take developmental courses in college. So you're actually going to go in ahead of the game with actual college credit in order to pursue additional things in and outside of your major. You're more likely to persist in post-secondary settings. That means that you will be more likely to be successful in a college setting or even your career after that. You will accumulate more college credits by taking any of our advanced academics courses. You can increase in your class rank while you're in high school because the advanced academics courses are weighted differently in terms of your GPA. And you're more likely to decrease your time in college. So we have several students who graduate from our early college program or from our collegiate program, as well as from AP courses at the high school and collegiate. And those students are decreasing their time in college. So I just met one who came back to our district who graduated from those early college programs that I just mentioned, ECA and collegiate. And he finished college in 2 years. He didn't have anything else to do. So he came back to work in Cedar Hill, and we're grateful to have him. And then the last thing is the cost and the savings to the parent or possibly the student. You wouldn't have as much to get, and those courses sometimes are offered for free here at the high school level. So we encourage you to save on costs with the way colleges and universities are costing now. It'll be a big saver to you there. Okay, one important form that I want you guys to see and experience, and Ms. Davis is going to drop the link inside the chat, and I encourage you to jump into it right now if you have the opportunity to do that. This link will take you directly from College Board, which is where our AP advanced placement courses and prerequisites and all of our laws and everything that we follow for AP courses are in this website. But this particular page will connect you to AP majors and careers based on an AP course in high school. So what I want you to see, Ms. Davis, is you could please click for me on AP courses. Oh, I'm sorry. And then you're going to click next. Okay. And then once you get there, you'll see a list of AP courses that are available to you, parents and scholars. And then you can select an AP course right there that you may be interested in pursuing. Let's click AP. Oh, yeah, go ahead, Alicia. Which one did you decide to click on? World Languages and Cultures. Sounds good to me. And then you'll see down there, you'll make a selection on which one we have. Now, the one that we offer in Cedar Hill ISD is AP Spanish or AP Spanish Lit. So either one of those. And then when you click on the results, what you'll find is that it'll give you some more information about this particular course. But the best thing, if you scroll down a little bit to AP, how can you get through your path right there? You'll see that there's 12 college majors linked to this AP course. And on top of it, there's 49 careers linked to this course. So did you think by taking AP Spanish Lane that you can be in anthropology or history major? And some of the wonderful things that they have there in social work or Spanish. And then if you click on the careers, you'll see all those 49 careers, and it'll give you a better explanation of it all. Now, how I love to use this link is to actually, Alicia, if you'll go back to the beginning of the link where we started. What I like to do, if students already know what they're interested in doing, maybe they could go ahead and click on a major or a career, and what the site is going to do, it's going to lead you towards an AP course that you can take. So this is how I love to use the website, especially for students who haven't signed up for an AP course as of yet. You'll click on any major or career that you want to pursue, and then it'll tell you all the AP courses that you can choose from there. So parents, please feel free to jump into that website and kind of experience what it has to offer. And this can lead you directly into what students should pursue. The biggest thing that I come across in advanced academics and what I would like to give advice for the parents on is that students actually take courses within their passion area. What do I mean by that? I mean something that they enjoy doing. So a course that they excel in, let's say they're excellent in math. I highly encourage you to take our AP. Now we'll have a new, and I'll introduce that to you, pre-calculus course or AP calculus course, if that is your passion area. If your passion area is science, I highly encourage you to take AP environmental science or any of our sciences that we offer. It's just better for students to stay within their passion area. And I'll talk a little bit more about electives as well as we get further in the presentation. But students are more likely to excel, of course, if they're interested in it. So we want to make sure that students are taking something that they love and that they're passionate about. Okay, moving on from there. You may say to yourself, what do we offer in our honors courses? What is this in particular? So we have honors and we have AP and we have dual credit. Honors is formally pre-advanced placement. It's a prerequisite course to our AP courses. It's designed to prepare you for the college or university courses that they're taking at the high school. Scholars don't have to qualify to get in these courses, but of course, we still recommend those students who are within their passion area that they take those type of honor courses, and then also reading above grade level, doing projects and activities above their grade level peers. So this is what we offer in the middle school level. We offer for 6th, 7th, and 8th grade. You'll see the 4 main courses: ELAR, math, science, and then social studies. And at the bottom, the middle, you'll notice for mathematics is one that has the I guess, most difference in the course sequence. So in math honors for sixth grade, you're actually taking sixth and seventh grade coursework. And then in seventh grade, you'll take eighth grade math. And then in eighth grade, you'll take honors algebra 1. That sequence is set up so that you could go into additional math later at the high school level, and then eventually end up in that AP Pre-Cal or AP Calculus course. We offer all of the sciences, 6th, 7th, and 8th grade. And then in history, of course, we have the breakdown. But what I want to highlight here too is our elective courses. We offer Spanish 1 in 8th grade. That track, by allowing you to take Spanish 1 in 8th grade, will put you on the track into taking AP Spanish Lang and AP Spanish Lit in high school. So those are the tracks that we offer for our middle school courses. For our high school courses, we are, of course, offer English 1 and English 2, Algebra 2, Geometry, Geometry, Pre-Calculus, Chemistry, Physics, Spanish 2 through Spanish 3 before you get into AP Spanish Lang and Lit, and of course French 1 and 2 and 3 also. And if the class will make, we offer AP French, but we haven't had that class make for a while. And what I mean by make is that we have a certain number of students who select the course and show interest in the course in order for us to get a teacher to teach the course at the high school level. Okay. This next slide tells us all about advanced placement and all the educational programming that goes with advanced placement. So College Board is our organization, our national organization that governs us in terms of AP. They offer college level courses, of course, and you can earn that college credit by taking these courses. They are challenging, and you do have to pass exams for credit into AP. Some of the advantages and disadvantages is that, so let's start with the advantages. AP goes through nationally accepted by public and private universities all across the board. There's not too many campuses that we find, I don't know of any, that don't accept AP credit nationally. So that's big to kind of talk about. And we'll talk about the difference between AP and dual credit a little bit later. But definitely AP is accepted nationally. It's available for your elective courses too, fine arts, foreign language, and a wide variety of sciences and social studies. Some of the limits is that different colleges and universities have different passing scores. So I'll talk about that later, where you have to make a certain test score in order to get in. So of course your Harvards, your Ivy Leagues, will have a different test score to get in versus a passing of 3, which most universities have. Some of them offer a passing rate of 4. I believe Rice University in Houston is one of those universities that won't accept a 3 for passing. You'll have to make a 4. We have the rigor of the exams and the number of students who have that college credit. Not everyone passes the exam, so they won't be able to get that college credit if they don't. And universities can also limit the number of AP credits that apply towards college credits. So they could basically say, you have 32 AP credits, well, we're only going to take 18 of those 32. So that's another thing. But if you already have in mind, and I highly encourage, if you already know where the student wants to attend, I would seek out their policies ahead of time and just get some information about what are their, what do they accept and what don't they accept. And then that way you can align better. So, all right, these are the wonderful courses that we offer at Cedar Hill High School for AP. Of course, we have our 2 Lang and Lit for English. We have a plethora of history courses that you can take. What I'm super, super excited about is our new AP Pre-Calculus course. And then we offer AP Calculus, AB, and AP Stats. What College Board recognized with the AP Calculus is that students nationwide, not just in Cedar Hill, were struggling a little bit with the calculus course. So they decided to implement a pre-calculus course. And we're so excited about that because now the kids can get college credit for their pre-calculus and not just take pre-calculus honors. So that's a wonderful advantage too. Of course, for our different sciences, we offer pretty much all that you see on your screen here. And then for our look at our elective offerings, we have a plethora of elective offerings, and our students really don't consider this, but look at that. In music, we have an AP course that you can take and get college credit for in music. So if your scholar does really well in playing an instrument and would like to know about music theory, that's offered at the high school. Also, if they're into art, that's also there. And one of the ones I am so excited that we'll be offering for next year is AP Computer Science. This is a first, but we have a lot of kids interested in coding and going that route about computer programming and various things. So not only do you have the advantage of taking an AP course in your core courses, but also a wonderful plethora of courses for our elective courses. And this is something I really want to highlight for this year and beyond, that these courses are there and students can pursue and get ahead of the game in their elective courses as well. So looking forward to implementing those new courses. At Collegiate, we offer AP World History, AP Human. We do still have AP Calculus, and if we have enough students, AP Stats, and then AP Spanish, Lang, and Culture. And the students do really well in those AP courses there as well. So I will turn it over now to Dr. Nelson, who will explain more about college credit and everything else regarding AP.
All right. Good evening, everyone. Thank you again for joining us. We're glad that you took time out of your schedule to hear about advanced academics. So how do I earn college credit from AP? As mentioned earlier in the presentation, we look for scholars, or colleges and universities look for scholars to earn a 3, 4, or 5 on their AP exam. This is different from dual credit, and we'll talk about dual credit a little bit later. But at the end of the AP course, in the month of May, there is a standardized test that is administered from College Board. And the way that the scholar scores on the exam is what colleges and universities are looking for. So again, that 3, 4, or 5 is the score to get in order to earn college credit. And Ms. Garrett mentioned some of the differences in the colleges. So some colleges may require 4, some may require 5. But always go out and check the college or university's website. A lot of their policies are just spelled out for you right there on their website, and it will let you know what they're looking for. We have some things that we do to help our students to become successful in their AP classes, so it's not all just on them. We do have, in addition to the rigorous courses that we also have study sessions that are conducted by the AP professors. We also have tutorials that they offer, and tutorials that are offered through other organizations that we work with. And then, of course, our AP professors are always willing to work alongside our scholars to help ensure their success. So student expectations and investment. First of all, we want our scholars to meet the instructor expectations by doing things like staying up on your pre-reading, turn in all of your assignments, welcome and adjust with feedback. So you'll always get consistent feedback from your teachers on things that you can do to help to be successful. Again, attend those tutoring sessions and then communicate very often. You're going to hear that a lot. Attend those study sessions and then make sure to sign up for the exam, because as mentioned, you have to take the AP exam in order to request that college credit to the university. So it's not just an automatic. Students do have to sign up for the exam. For parents, we want you to partner with us, support any additional study time, always monitor your scholars' progress, ensure their attendance at tutorials, and we do offer Saturday sessions as well, and purchase any additional classroom materials that can help them, such as study guides or other resource materials, calculators, and so forth. So at this time, I'm going to hand over. You've heard from me. But at this time, I want to hand over to our special guest. We have Taryn Watson, who is currently an 11th grader at Cedar Hill High School. She's actually in ECA at Cedar Hill High School. And her mom, Ms. Dee Watson, and they're going to share a little bit from you from their perspective on AP coursework. Taryn?
Yes, hello. As she said before, my name is Taryn, and while taking AP courses, like they said before, it provides a college-like experience when taking the courses, and it better prepares you for the college environment. So it may all seem overwhelming, I can relate, but it really is for like students who are ready for the challenge and those who want to really jump in their degree once they enroll in their college. So once you commit to taking the course, you really need to make sure you study and take time to prepare for your classes. So like reading over your notes, taking asking teachers for help if needed, and doing your homework. So what I like to do is to take 2 or 3 hours to finish all of my homework and then over the notes that we may have taken that day. And then recently I have taken English language and composition, a study session. So that was very informative to what we have to do for the exam later in the year. And like I said before, if you need help, just ask. And so I will give it over to my mom to.
Okay. Oh, wrong phone. Okay. Hi. Am I still being heard or?
Yes, we can hear you. We can hear you.
Yes. Okay. All right. All right. Well, good evening, and my thanks to the staff for inviting us to the session. So from my point of view or my perspective as a parent, let me grab my note real quick. So, I agree with Taryn. She shared some really good experience or feedback from her first AP preparation study session. And I'm really glad, I really appreciate the fact that the district or the local area had put that together, and I'm sure that's been done over the last few years. And I agree with Taryn that yes, you've got to set aside the time and to be able to study independently or just basically be responsible and accountable for the work that you're required to perform for these AP or dual college credit courses. And as a parent in preparation for your scholar to participate in either
Ms. Watson? We may have I can't hear her.
Uh-oh.
Oh,
Okay, can you hear me now?
yes.
Okay, all right. Let me start back from my feedback as a parent. Ensure that you have frequent open communication about the progress in the course. And as Taryn mentioned before, make sure that you participate in tutoring sessions, interact with your your teachers, and just make sure that you have that communication with the teacher, and work on your providing the homework, submitting on time. And also, I highly recommend that even, towards the end of the 8th grade year, over the summer, really start to have that dialogue with, what are you passionate about? I know that Taryn has always been passionate about sciences. So, and I really was surprised, but, her 9th grade year, she took both the, I believe it was chemistry and biology at the same time. And I was like, well, you sure about that? And because that's pretty challenging, and she did really well. And I rarely had to, check in on her, because she really, she really stayed on top of her work, because we discussed, any kind of challenges that she may have. She really needed to discuss it with her dad or myself, just to make sure that we gave her the tools and the resources she needed, either at home or with some sort of tutorial service. But she really did well, and she continued on with her excelling in her honors math courses, to get her to the point of taking her pre-cal courses. And I highly recommend that incoming 9th graders to the high school environment really sit down and select, at this point, at least 3 colleges that you're interested in. And as it was stated earlier, look at the course requirements for degree plans, or the areas that you may have the passion for, so that you have an idea of what AP courses you would like to participate in, because it is important that you get your 3, 4, or 5. However, you really need to strive as a goal for an A or a high B, for either ones, the AP or even the dual college credit courses, because it impacts your transcript, it impacts your GPA, and it makes a difference, because you want to strive to try to be in that top 10% of your graduating class. It makes a difference here in Texas. And correct me if I'm wrong, staff, if I believe the top 10% is still, basically in effect, that the student would be eligible to enroll in a public university if they are in that top 10%. Is that still the case?
I don't know.
Yes, most public universities
Okay.
offer automatic acceptance for
Okay.
10%. Most of
All
them.
right.
Yes, thank you for that.
Okay. Yes. And so, it just makes a huge difference. I noticed also with the courses that Taryn has taken over the last 2 years, both her 9th and 10th grade, and going into the 11th grade, of course. So, and she is in the top 10%. And just overall, it helps with preparing for college. And I didn't want to repeat the same information from the slides, but it's just been a very good experience so far. And I just highly recommend just a lot of communication, and also preparing your scholar to advocate for themselves, in if there's an issue that arises, that just touch bases with all basically all hands on deck, and it'll be fine. A good experience for you. If the work and the time is put into it, it'll be a good experience.
Thank you. We
Thank you.
appreciate you, Taryn, and we appreciate you, Ms. Watson, for your input.
Thank you.
So as we've said before, at the end of the AP course, there are exams that are administered. And so here are the exam dates, just to kind of give you an idea. And usually these exams are in May every year. A lot of the AP teachers do require projects during the summer months to prepare for their courses, to prepare scholars for their courses. So, for example, AP English Lit and Composition might start you off with a reading list of some great novels and plays. We want to encourage our scholars to make sure they complete these assignments so that you're up to speed when classes begin. But these summer projects are usually posted on the school website before the summer break, and they're typically due on the first day of school. So if you do sign up for a summer project, for an AP course, one of the things that you're going to want to do is to look for, is there going to be a summer project? So look at that when school is out for the summer so that you're ready on that first day of school. There is an advanced academic agreement form that we ask the student and the parent to sign and return. And it basically just says that parents, you're in agreement, students, you're in agreement, that you understand what course you're signing up for. You understand that it's a more rigorous course, and it's agreement. It's just that, just an agreement. And so we do ask all students and parents to sign that and return that. So that they're not at risk of being removed from the course at the high school. College Board does offer recognition for scholars based on their scores. It's called the AP Scholar Distinction. There are different levels, and this is something really, really great for a scholar to be able to put on their application when they apply for a college or university, because it shows that they have a strong academic background. In addition to their transcripts and all of that, this AP Scholar Distinction says something about the scholar's academic performance. And so there are different levels. This is the AP Scholar, where they receive this distinction if they receive a 3 or higher on 3 or more AP exams. The AP Scholar with Honor, which is where they receive an average of at least a 3.25 on all AP exams and score 3 or higher on 4 or more exams. College Board has an AP Scholar with Distinction, which is that they receive an average of at least a 3.5 on all AP exams and score 3 or higher on 5 or more exams. Then there's the State AP Scholar, which is granted to 1 male and 1 female in the U.S. and D.C. with scores of 3 or higher on the greatest number of AP exams and the highest average, at least 3.5 on all AP exams taken. And then there's the National AP Scholar, which is granted to students in the U.S. who receive an average score of at least 4 on all AP exams taken and scores 4 or higher on 8 or more of these exams. So I just get excited just reading that. And so College Board does recognize the AP Scholar Distinction. Again, it's a wonderful accomplishment, and it's great for scholars to be able to add that to their college application.
Thank you.
All right, at this time, I'm going to hand over to the next presenter.
Yes, and that'll be Miss Garrett and Dr. Jackson.
Okay, good evening. So as I told you guys earlier, we will be talking about the differences between AP and dual credit. I think this is the number one question in the advanced academic world for parents who are coming up and wondering if their child needs to take advanced academics courses altogether. Just so you know, all of it falls underneath the advanced academics umbrella, okay? And so we have advanced AP courses, and then we have dual credit. So here are some of the big differences between the two. Both of them will earn you high school credit and college credit, okay? Except for AP, you'll have to take an exam in order to receive that high school credit. And again, make that 3, 4, or 5 on that exam in order to receive that credit. For dual credit, there's no additional testing required, okay? Both of them, you will attend classes at either the high school or at with other college students. So, for instance, some of our dual credit courses and our programs, ECA and collegiate students, will travel to the college or university to take courses there with other college students. But then some of their courses are at the high school. So, and all of our AP courses are at the high school as well. So that's another distinction that we'll make. The other one is that with the correct exam score for AP, you may be able to transfer out of state or to private colleges or universities. Then with dual credit, core classes transfer to any public Texas institution. So that's a big distinction, that most AP credits are accepted nationally, and then some dual credits are accepted nationally too. Again, it all depends on the college or university. With dual credit, definitely accepted within public universities in Texas. Okay. And so when you, again, as Dr. Nelson alluded to earlier, you want to make sure that you're checking with those colleges and universities on their prerequisites and what they require to see if they take that. And again, for AP, what type of exam score do they require for the university? The other distinction is for AP, you may choose whether to share an AP exam score with a college or university. You don't necessarily have to share that with them. Let's say you don't make the score that you want, you don't have to share that information. But for dual credit, your final grade does go on your transcript, and that will be with you forever. Okay, so that is going to stay. And then finally, parents may communicate with the instructor for AP. So for AP, it is high school teachers. Okay, so you're able to communicate with the instructor back and forth. For dual credit classes, they are professors. College professors will only communicate with the students. That appears on their course roster and approved educational staff. So that's a big thing to highlight too. You won't receive or be able to be in that communication with the professors as you would for AP. But dual credit also makes the student more responsible for what they have going on. And if you have good communication with your child, then you'll be able to get some of that information and be able to help and assist with whatever they offer. So those are some of the big differences. And now we will segue to Dr. Jackson, who will talk about all of our dual credit and the wonderful things that we have to offer through dual credit in Cedar Hill.
Thank you so much, Ms. Garrett. I just want to thank parents for staying with us. I know this is a lot of information, but we really want to make sure that you leave equipped to make a well-informed decision for your scholars. Two things I want to note prior to going into our discussion about dual credit is that I know we have several middle school parents on the call, and I know that we have some transitioning from 8th to 9th grade. While our honors classes that are available that Ms. Garrett went over earlier are great courses to set the stage for some of these high school advanced academic courses, AP courses and dual credit courses are still available for our students transitioning to high school, even if they did not take honors courses in middle school. So everybody's available to take these classes if they're interested. And one other thing I want to note, as our student spoke to you earlier, Taryn, she actually takes a combination of both courses. So as you're thinking through the information we're providing for you tonight, just note that you can take AP in one core area and a dual credit course in another subject area. You do not have to commit to one advanced academic track. In fact, several of our students who are in our ECA program take both AP and dual credit courses. So I wanted to make sure you noted that as we go into our discussion about dual credit. So what is dual credit? It, as Ms. Garrett told you a minute ago, gives qualified high school students an opportunity to earn college courses while still completing their high school requirements. Our dual credit programs are offered through the collaboration through Dallas College, and our assigned campus is Cedar Valley College here in Dallas. So how are these college classes offered on our high school campus? They're offered in a number of ways. As you know, we do have an ECA Academy, Early College Academy here on our campus, and those students have a specific crosswalk. So if you're listening in tonight and you're a part of our ECA program, then you already know exactly which dual credit classes you need to take in order to progress through your 4 years, earn a high school diploma, as well as an associate's degree. However, we still offer dual credit classes to anyone that is not in the ECA program to take, and we'll outline those for you here in a moment. Those classes are offered through credentialed teachers who are on our campus, and those credentialed teachers are actually hired through Cedar Hill ISD. They're our teachers, but they are credentialed through Dallas College. And we have 2 currently on our high school campus, and we have, I think, 2 on our collegiate campus. We are working to increase the number of credentialed teachers that are hired through Cedar Hill so that we can increase our internal supports for our scholars. Another way we have Dallas College will send us professors for those courses. So our professors will come into class during those scheduled times, teach our students, and then they leave with our students are left with a district facilitator who will assist them as they complete the coursework for that college class. And then some of our college classes are offered as online options. We never leave our kids alone. Every student that's sitting in an online class is assigned to a facilitator during that class period. Our dual credit facilitators are trained to support our students in things such as logging in, checking the syllabus, making sure that they're on track, checking grades frequently to report back to Dr. Nelson and our ECA counselor or our dual credit counselor to make sure our kids are doing the work that they need to do in order to be successful in those dual credit classes. As Ms. Garrett spoke earlier about, teachers, the college professors speak directly to the students because they are considered at that point college students. Now, there are FERPA waivers that we can get in place for students and parents to be able to communicate with professors directly. However, the main part of being successful in a dual credit class is making sure that your students are responsible, checking in with professors, and keeping up with the coursework. Next. Okay, so one thing I want to point out is that we provide the first attempt at dual credit classes. So these are college classes free of charge to our scholars and to our families for the first attempt. That includes tuition, full tuition, as well as the book. Now, our ECHS designation for our ECA scholars, we do pay for that second attempt, but those that are comprehensive scholars, if they ever want to attempt that course again, then it is a fee. However, this is a great option for families who want to reduce college costs because our students can leave with over 60 hours of credit, college credit that they don't have to pay for when our scholars leave us and transition into their post-secondary planning. And I want to just note briefly that all of our AP and dual credit classes have a higher weight for our rank and GPA policy. So our honors classes that we talked about earlier in the presentation, they get additional 5 rank points, and that will help increase our students' rank and GPA, as well as our AP and dual credit courses carry a higher weight of 10 additional rank points. Now we want to talk to you briefly about how you select these courses. Those students that are interested in taking an AP or dual credit course will need to let us know as we are now in our course request window. So we are open for 2023-24 course requests as early as right now. Counselors have already begun meeting with students to designate what elective and core courses they're interested in. So this is a great time for parents to let us know if they're interested in some AP and dual credit classes. Here are your next steps. The first thing you need to do is to review our Cedar Hill ISD program of study. We've done a lot of work the first part of this year to change our program of study over to a digital version so that it's easy for you and your students to navigate. We've met with multiple groups to ensure that it is a user-friendly tool for you as you're looking through all that we have to offer in our district. We don't have just our advanced academics courses here. We have all of our fine arts, all of our academics, all of our athletic courses listed here for you in one guide. We have both our middle school and high school courses listed. We have graduation information for you. Anything that you can think of regarding your students' academic success, courses, planning for 4-year or 3-year planning for middle school is available for you right here. It is in several spots on our website. It's on the homepage. It is listed on your family access page, student access page, as well as all of our campus pages. One thing that we've outlined, we want you to pay close attention to, is we've given you course descriptions for each of the courses that we've talked about tonight, as well as every course we offer in the district. So as you're planning with your students on these advanced academic courses, I want you to reference this guide to learn more about those courses.
Do you want me to click on anything? No?
Well, you can, let's click on high school courses, just so you can get an idea of how this guide is outlined for you. We have each of our core areas first, so that we have English language arts, math, science, social studies, the career and technical education courses that are available for you, all of our fine arts, and then underneath that you should have our physical education, health, academics, and any other electives that's offered. So as we've outlined for you, we have AP and dual credit courses available in each of our core areas. So if you're looking for a dual credit or AP math course, you can select the math area and you will be able to find those advanced academic courses that are available. Okay, we can go back to the presentation. Now, what do I do if I'm interested in a course? Any course, I want to go back really quickly to dual credit. Any course that is available on our crosswalk, which means our dual credit kids that are pursuing the ECA, the associate's degree, those same courses are available to any scholar on our campus and in our district. So we want you to first view the sequence requirements, because our AP courses all have prerequisite requirements. And what I mean by that, if you're looking for our English 3, our AP English 3, then one of the prereqs would be to successfully pass English 1 and English 2. It does not have to be our honors English 1 or English 2. While those are benefits to making sure that they're successful, they're still open to registering for these courses. So that course sequence is there available for you. It is also printed in the program of study, which we referenced a moment ago.
Do you want
Now,
me to do you want me to link that in the chat?
Yes.
Programs of study?
As I go through this slide, I'm going to ask Ms. Davis if she would assist us by linking each of these links in the chat for you so that you can grab them. And I think that this presentation is also going to be available for you online following this presentation. But she will link the program of study. It is on our homepage. The sequence of requirements is inside of that program of study. And then you may want to take a picture of this slide so you know how to go in and register, select one of these courses, or she will also add the link for you. So for our high school, and when I say high school, I'm talking about current 8th, 9th, and 10th, 8th, 9th, 10th, and 11th grade scholars. Because when I say high school, I'm talking about rising high school students. This would be the link that you would use. So anybody currently 8th grade and above would use this link to request any of our advanced academic courses. All of our dual credit and AP courses are listed on this form for you, and you would simply select the ones you're interested in. We will get this to your counselor, and they will discuss with your student. And if they are eligible for the course, it will be added to their course request for the next school year. Same with middle school. So we are starting with 5th grade course requests for middle school because they are our rising seniors. So 6th, 7th, and 8th graders will use the middle school link to request any honors classes that they are interested in taking. You have until this Friday, end of business, to discuss with your student these options, to look at our program of study and review the course descriptions and determine whether or not you are interested in any of these courses. Once we get those requests, we will make sure they're added. There is going to be a review period for all course requests for parents later in February. You'll be getting more information about that soon. So you'll be able to see if the students were eligible for these advanced courses that they've requested and if they made it to their course request. And the last thing I just want to note, if you're currently planning to apply for collegiate high school or ECA, you will not need to identify any of these or request any of these courses because there is a specific crosswalk for your programs, which will lead you to the associate's degree. And after we have closed our window for application and those students are identified who will be accepted, you will get more information regarding exactly what advanced academic courses you'll be taking each year of your high school.
All right, thank you so much, Dr. Jackson. This is the time. If you all have any questions, those that have stuck around, if you have any questions, please feel free to put them in the chat. There was a question that I saw. This was a question. Is there a limit to the number of AP classes you can take? Does that change if you are an athlete and this person will be entering into their junior year?
So no, there's no limit on the number of AP classes you can take. Sometimes our classes don't make, or because of the number of students who may want to take it, it's not enough for us to create a whole course. But for the most part, if they want to take as many as they want to, they certainly can. We have scholars. Actually, we have one scholar right now who has 32 AP credits for college or university. There's no limit for that. Now, with the athlete, of course, and that's why we asked that question in the beginning about the timing. Do you have the time to take the course? Because you do want to consider how much time they're putting in outside of that AP course or that dual credit course. And see if they have enough time throughout the day. So if they are an athlete and if they have organized practices, you want to be able to put your study time in that schedule to see if that's a viable option for you. So just be mindful of that. Yes, you want to make sure that you have enough time to study because you will definitely need it for dual credit or AP in order to be successful in those courses. I hope that answered your question.
Thank you. What is the deadline for middle school schedule requests?
The councils will be working with scholars through February 15th for our rising middle school scholars that's currently in 5th, 6th, and 7th. And the deadline to request those courses still would be to use the link by this Friday so that we can ensure it makes it to the actual Skyward course request.
Thank you. Would that be the same Friday?
I'm like, but when is the last time to enroll my son who is in 8th grade right now? Enroll your son if you're, I don't know if you're talking about enrolling to the district or enrolling to advanced academic courses, right. But if you're moving to the district and you want to enroll your scholar, then you could do that up until school starts, and we will make sure that he or she has a schedule. And you can request advanced academic courses once enrolled. However, if it is a current student we are referencing, then this Friday would be the date where we would add, okay, he's at Bessie Commons. So this Friday to add request advanced academic courses.
All right. My daughter is in 5th grade and in honors. What do I need to do to ensure she starts AP classes next year?
Okay,
so go ahead, Dr. Jackson.
Go ahead.
So for 6th grade, she will enroll in honors courses. We only offer advanced placement once they get to high school. So it will continue in the honors track for any of her core courses. And then by 8th grade, another elective she can add on is Spanish 1 if she's interested.
Thank you. Is there a place to see which dual credit courses transfer out of state? Are they for public and private schools?
So you could, what we tend to tell our students to do is to check their colleges that they are planning to apply for and to see if they accept those dual credit courses. Every school is different. So we always encourage our scholars to determine which schools they're going to apply for and check to see if they take the credits we offer. The majority of our core courses will transfer, but some of our electives are the ones that you would want to check.
Do I still need to use the link if I want my scholar in all honors courses for 8th grade next year?
Yes, please signify which courses you want your scholar in. You can put you'll just be able to select every course that's available for 8th grade. So if it's a rising 8th grade and you want all of the core as well as the Spanish 1 option, you can just select those and hit submit, and we'll be able to transition them right to her course request.
Awesome. Earlier, we had this comment: as a financial aid advisor, this is awesome information. Wish it was mandatory for everyone. And then, very informative. Thank you. Do you all have any other questions? I was honestly trying to look at locate where exactly, because someone is saying that they can't see where the they can't see the links on YouTube. Probably because YouTube is a little different, but I'm putting them on here. But when I send the presentation out, I will make sure all links are there. I think that might be helpful. Oh, this says, if my son is already in the 9th grade and in the ECA program, I don't have to do anything?
This is correct. You don't have to do anything because he is already on a crosswalk that will lead to an associate's degree. So he is taking advanced academic options already.
Awesome. However,
I just want to note, may I note one thing for that parent? Ms. Garrett went over a number of AP elective options. So our dual credit students our ECA students still get the opportunity to select electives. So if your son is interested in any of those elective options, they're still accessible to him and he can still select those. He would just need to signify that on that form. But they're nothing to do with dual credit, just the AP elective courses.
Ms. Davis, can I add one last comment? I just want to highly encourage parents and guardians and scholars also to consider advanced academics for themselves, and also to take AP and dual credit. It's a huge advantage to experience both of the worlds. They're both different. I explained the differences between the two, but when you're able to, if you're interested in advanced academics and want to excel and have that college credit ahead of time, the flexibility of having both dual credit and AP within your schedule is a wonderful, wonderful benefit. So look at some of those similarities and differences between the courses and decide which one. And again, highly encouraging them to take within their passion area. That's going to be very, very important. And finally, what everyone has said, check with the college or university for their requirements. Is going to make a huge difference on your life when you already know what they're agreeing for and welcoming for. And I'm speaking from a former college recruiter who has done that job, and what we look for in our scholars, we want them to have what our university has. But also know there's so many colleges and universities out there. There's so many options. So don't get discouraged with advanced academics. Try it and try both dual credit and AP. We look forward to seeing y'all at the high school and middle school, taking those honors courses and advanced academics courses.
I will send this presentation. I will have to send it out to everyone that received the notification. You'll receive the presentation via email. All right. Oh, wait. Oh, well, that was nice. Awesome session. I was meaning to click on this one. Teachers don't need to recommend students to be able to take AP courses?
No. There's certain characteristics that we look for AP students, but those are really depending on the child and if they want to. Anyone can take advanced AP courses, anyone. So if you are up to the challenge, remember, you're going to have that study time. You're going to have to be organized. You're going to have to be somebody who wants to accept that challenge and read a lot, ask a lot, curious about a lot. That's why I highly encourage the passion areas. They are open to any student who wants to take it. Teachers do not have to recommend you to take that course. Great question.
When is the last day to enroll my son? He is in 8th grade at Trinity. You are talking about enrolling them in Cedar Hill ISD, or either way, you can.
Probably.
If
Yes.
that's
So
what you're saying.
I'm sorry. I was just going to say our enrollment period normally opens in about March for out of district, and I think early April for in district. So early spring, you should be able to enroll.
but if you do want to be part of our choice programs, the deadline is January 31st, and you can go to chisd.net/choose your seat. And the collegiate program and the ECA program are both one of our choice programs. So hope that helps.
Right. Maybe I need to put that link in there too, if I can find it real quick. Any other questions or any other comments you guys want to make? No? Okay, I'm going to put this in the chat. All right, well, what time is it? Where's my banner? There it is. Means it's time to go. Thank you so very much for your time. Our next Digital Parent University is on the 31st, so next Tuesday. Yes, so, and that's about paper, our tutoring service that we've got going on in the district. We're like 2,000 scholars have already signed up for us, so this is amazing. This is great.
Okay.
All right, and I know that they also, actually tonight, they had some sessions for parents, like some sessions that they had, but we'll do our own on next Tuesday, where we will have them talk to you all. All right, thank you very much for joining us this evening. We hope you have a wonderful and safe evening. Bye.